LADE podcast is presented by Wawa. Wawa is your all-day, everyday stop for freshly prepared food, beverages, coffee, and fuel services. Visit a Wawa near you. Gotta have a Wawa. Well, we are back.
I guess. I mean, we think we're back. We think.
We're back for right now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the LADE podcast presented by Wawa. I'm happy to be here. We are actually off-site today, shooting at the Red Bull training facility. We got two special guests on the show tonight. Well, me and Brad are here.
Yeah, all the time.
Special guest joining us, prying him away from the beach.
I mean, listen,
Doc
when
Harmon.
you bring in the big guests, you have to bring in the better host. That's just how things work.
You know, to be fair, you are right. And you do keep us on the rails, always. You know, when you're not here, me and Brad go a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
But
And the show's good.
yeah, to be fair, you're right. And Matt, you said when the big guests come on, you come on. And we have a massive guest here today sitting to my left. It's like, hey.
This is a slow clap.
Hey, I'm going to salute Captain America.
Captain America.
My
Captain America. Tyler Adams is back.
Back in his locker room.
Back in the locker room.
True.
The
Been a
boys
minute.
are back.
At some point, we
Yeah.
need to see that picture that you just showed us of you
we can pull it up.
being here in the locker room before he left.
Just a young boy, came back a man. Ty,
Don't know about all that.
thanks for being back with us, man. Happy to have you here, man.
Good to see you, man. All grown up.
Here, we'll do a little extension there. Friends being friends, helping friends. But Ty, man, what's going on? Thanks for being back here. I know you vacation is not a long thing in the
Yep.
life of a professional
Yep.
football player who plays in the Prem and the national team. So appreciate you carving out a little time for us here today.
Got you. Once I got the text, it was a no-brainer. Figure out a way to come down. Obviously, my brother playing on the MLS Next Pro team. Come catch a training real quick. Hop in with the boys for a quick pod.
Love it.
Has he said anything about the coaching on that side?
I heard it's not great. And I heard when the coaches play, it's really not great.
It's definitely false
Standard goes
information.
down.
That's true. Yeah, Brad, give your rating on watching the session today. How did Brad and Ibra do?
I mean, Ibra was fine. Ibra was just chilling. He makes Brad go in the meetings, do everything. Brad just runs around like crazy.
It was
yeah.
Ibra's day off today.
No, but Brad trained. He still got a little something.
He still got it. Yeah, you had some good touches out there
Every now and
today.
again. Every now and again.
Bumper. He didn't have to run much, but
Bumper,
when
yeah.
did he? You know
To
what
be-
I'm saying?
Bumper.
Facts, bro.
Oh my God.
man.
No, but that's obviously appreciate you being here. You know, what's it feel like being back in the locker room? It's like we never left, man.
Yeah, it's nostalgic. It brings back a lot of good memories. But it's weird, man, coming back because obviously a lot of the players that I play with and grew up with and watched play in the first team aren't here any longer. But that just kind of shows the development of football in general. You know,
Yeah.
some players stay, some go. Yeah, everyone has their own path. But it's always good to come back because there are some familiar faces here in
Yeah.
different roles. So it's good to connect with people.
That's awesome. We appreciate you being back. And
Yeah.
Brad is super excited, obviously sitting next to you right now. And
He was
right
meant
next
bring
to
me some
him.
Stuff. He didn't bring me nothing.
a little, yeah, you know, I heard Ibra was waiting for a jersey too.
Yeah, I
Let's
know.
just
Big
say.
time, man.
Forgot
I mean,
that also.
no pressure. No pressure.
You didn't bring anything back for anybody?
I don't bring jerseys. I don't travel around with my jerseys. You know, people ask me for jerseys, I'll ship one to
Well,
them.
you
but-
told me when I said I'd come up, you were like, "Oh no, you're gonna get tons of stuff from Tyler."
Yeah,
from
I said
England."
it like
just to get
high
all the
fives,
Yeah,
what's up?
there's gonna be
Like he even shorted you on.
sweatshirts
I
and
know.
gear and
You-
jerseys.
You
and
even
all
tried
of
to
it.
dap him up, and he couldn't even get all the way to you. So
That's
you know,
crazy.
it's
We chatted
That's
before.
It's
Crazy.
all right. We'll
We had a
figure
good
it-
convo. We had a good convo.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, no, this is fun, man. Being back in the locker room with you, Brad, Harmon. You were never in here in the locker room with us, but you know, would have been a little bit weird back in the day. But you know, we're happy to have you back here as well.
a little weird.
I
Back
mean-
at the stadium over the weekend too.
Yeah. It's good to be back in the stadium. See some fans. Yeah, no, it's good. Good to catch up with the boys. Be back in Red Bull Arena. I wish we had more national team games there
Yeah.
because I miss playing there, and the atmosphere is just crazy.
Use that soundbite for U.S. Soccer.
Yeah,
Use
there
it.
you go. I know.
Tyler,
real.
your
Bring-
captain wants to play at Red Bull Arena.
Bring games
Give us
back
some
there,
games.
man.
Hey, Connor mentioned about the time you have off, especially being in the Premiership. What did you do with your time off this time? I know you had a little bit more, been injured and
Yeah.
stuff, but must have been good to get a little break.
Yeah, it's good to an extent. I mean, being injured is obviously pretty for the most part, just doing a lot of rehab, being in the gym and whatnot, trying to stay patient. But it's been good to connect with the family again because I really haven't had time. This season has been tough because obviously you played through Christmas. Normally when I was in Germany, come back home for Christmas break real quick, have like kind of recharge the batteries, see everyone, go back at it for another 6 months and then come home for the summer. Now we had the World Cup in the winter, which was obviously a big moment. My family was there, which was good, but I didn't really get to spend too much time with them. Obviously I'm focused on the games. And then, another 6 months kind of grind. So I got injured like beginning of April. So didn't really have much time to come home or do anything. Just kind of rehabbing. And now being back with the family, it's nice coming home for a little bit, being able to see everyone, see some friends, just reconnect with everyone. Kind of humbles you, allows you to go back to a place where before everything kind of blew up and became what it is now. It's kind of good to come home and just see people that appreciate you for you and not so much as a footballer. So it's good. It's good to see everyone.
That's awesome, man.
You were always that way, though, right? I mean, I was thinking coming in, knowing that we were going to talk to you today. I think when we used to do like the Players podcast, I talked to you first time when you were like 16. You had just turned 16 and signed a contract, and I think I went home that day and I probably yelled at my kids. I was like, "Why aren't you more like this? Why are you more like this kid?" I just talked to you for like an hour, like just so squared away and put together, and humble was always a word that I kind of thought, and I think you have carried yourself that way ever since you started, and look at where you are now.
Yeah, no, thank you. I think football kind of forces you to grow up, pretty quickly as well. I mean, I was 14 and already sharing a locker room with guys that were twice my age. Just in order to fit in, be able to associate yourself with different types of people, kind of get acclimated to what it's like, you have to mature quicker. And if you don't, you kind of get left behind. That's just how it is. If you compared me to maybe some of my brothers at my age, we were probably a little bit different, but they maybe had qualities that I didn't. And it's nice to also have brothers and, parents that, they'll humble you very quickly. My mom doesn't, let me get carried away with anything. My dad especially, he'll say he'd give me a noogie if I get out of hand. Doesn't matter. He'll hold me down. But that's just how it is. It's the household I grew up with. I was very fortunate for that. Not everyone obviously has that. You can get carried away really quickly in football. You see it all the time. But remembering where you came from is obviously super important.
I mean, I remember, I think the first time meeting Tyler, I think we were down in preseason down in Florida at IMG, and you coming out to training, and I mean, even then,
you can just
carried yourself like a young pro. I was like, all right, who is this kid? And sure enough, I mean, look where you are now, and look where you just were. You touched on it before, but the World Cup, I mean, man, just like wearing the armband, walking out of that tunnel for the first time, like take us through that moment. That had been like, pinch me.
Yeah, no, that was obviously a really cool moment. I mean, I think if you asked me when I started playing with the national team and everything, like, do you want to be captain or do you want to captain the national team at a World Cup? Like, I would have told you, yeah. Like, I'm not someone to really shy away from those moments, but I'm also not someone to go out there and scream, like, give me the armband. I deserve the armband or anything like that. Like, It was definitely a team effort. There's a lot of guys that could have worn the armband and represented us in the right way. I was obviously fortunate enough that, my teammates chose me as that guy to represent them kind of. But it was an amazing moment. I think, dreaming of playing in a World Cup is one thing. Being able to lead your team out is another. I think when the national anthem played against Wales, after we walked out, I was like, holy shit, we're here right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's a World Cup. It's a completely different feeling of playing with the national team. All the games before that, I was like, yeah, this is amazing. Huge honor, huge pride.
Yep.
But being able, like, knowing in a World Cup that everyone's tuning in, even the people that would never turn on a soccer game in their life, it's like it carries something. Like, it's like you really just don't want to let anyone down. And it was a cool moment, man. Just a young team, coach that believed in us, fans that believed in us, and I'm happy that we were able to show that football is moving in the right direction in the States, and hopefully we can just continue to kind of push the needle.
Do you have a conversation with, I'm thinking now of with the Gold Cup going on, like, do you have a conversation with a John Tolkien, knowing that he's almost in a similar position to you, getting called in at a young age and incorporating himself, and knowing that you guys both kind of came up through the same system in the same club?
Yeah, no, I know JMI. Obviously, he played with my brother as well in the academy, so we've known each other for quite a bit of time. I remember he came and trained with Leipzig and Salzburg in different times, so I saw him even in Germany. But yeah, I haven't spoke to JMI to be fair. I probably should have reached out to him and just wished him good luck. But it's a huge opportunity for him. To be honest with you, I'm not really the type of person to like reach out and be like good luck and do that. Like, it's an opportunity for you to go and enjoy. Me saying good luck to you is not going to change the world or make a difference, he knows that we'll be supporting him. I like to send, messages to the team admin and just be like, yeah, put this in the group chat for the boys. Like, say that the guys are watching you, even though that we're not there. And, a lot of people will look at it as, oh, why are, some of the best players in the country not playing in opportunities like this? But to give guys like J-My an opportunity to now get experience to play with the national team, he goes and does well now and shows what he's capable of. He'll be one of the guys that sticks around leading into the next World Cup. So, yeah, I know what he's capable of personally, so now I'm enjoying watching him and watching those guys get their opportunities.
Yeah, he sent a message to me today. Make sure you tell Tyler, why haven't I heard from him? He hasn't reached out to me. I thought we were tight like that.
I'll reach out to him.
Here's my updated number. Just make sure he has it.
Tell him to cut his hair, man.
No, that's awesome. I mean, that's awesome. Just stay connected because, after all, you're still the leader of this group, even though you're not there. And I think that's super important. Like you said, just throw this message out to the boys because, Ty, we all know you're just a natural born leader.
Appreciate that.
No matter where you go, what you do, you command the room, and I don't think there's a better choice for an armband than anyone kind of in this pool than you. And we're super excited, and I think, honestly, this is probably the biggest moment in U.S. soccer. Honestly, I think 94 was huge, but this is it's a big job. Do you feel kind of a little bit of pressure kind of having that role? I don't think there's many things that do scare you.
But it's a good question, because I always think now you're the captain of America.
Yeah.
So do you walk around with that, just a regular day now? Is that something you think about, or
nah.
The World Cup coming up, it doesn't just day by day?
I think you have to think about things day by day. You get too ahead of yourself and you look at wow, we're going to be coming home to play in America. It's bro, so much changes. I'm 24 right now. I'm going to be 27 at the next World Cup. Bro, there might be a kid that comes through. You know what I'm saying? Football changes so quickly. There's going to be a lot of guys that don't realize right now that in 3 years, they might be 15. There will be an 18-year-old on our roster.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But they can't they probably have that as a dream, but that will be reality soon. I feel like yesterday I was sitting in this locker room and I was the last game before the Eastern Conference semifinals, and it was I knew it was going to be my last game because I knew I was leaving already. It wasn't announced or anything, and 5 years later now I'm back here and I'm wow, a lot has happened. It goes by so fast. So for me, I feel more of a pressure, not in my day to day, just I want to make sure we exceed the expectation that's now put on us. Obviously the expectation for us is World Cup on home soil. We have to go and win the World Cup, right? But it's at the end of the day, the most important thing for us is that we leave the next World Cup saying that, again, we made progress off of the one before that. You know what I'm saying? So now you're not going to go into that World Cup and we can't say we had no experience. We've had World Cup experience. We've all played Champions League. We've all played finals. We've all won trophies. So we know what it's like to win. How can you now execute that in a World Cup setting? It's more exciting for me than pressure. To be able to go home and now be able to have 40 people I know in the stands instead of having 5. That's what excites me. It's I haven't played a game at home where I'm able to really feel it's home since I played for New York Red Bull, that was my home. When you come back and play national team games here, it's it's cool and everything like that. But when you're able to actually come home, settle in for a certain period of time and just enjoy it, that's gonna be fun.
Ah, man, I just got goosebumps just thinking about it, man.
I'll be at every game, bro.
Yeah.
What's let me think about how to say this. The elephant in the room for you guys on the national team the last couple of months has been the coaching issue. Yeah. Is it a relief to know that it's kind of put to bed now?
Yeah. Listen, for me, I know obviously with everything that went on in the media and whatnot, it's easy to have question marks over what was going to happen. I think Greg did a good job in the last World Cup. I think where he took the group from where it was, where we were a bunch of 19, 20-year-olds to where we are now, was progress in itself. I think that we have an identity to the way that we play, which is not easy. We figured out as the cycle went on how to adapt in games, not in the beginning where it was we're just playing out of the back every time. Now we found ways that we can play different styles. We have more players that have developed and come in, and now we know that if we put them in a final of Gold Cup, Nations League, World Cup, it doesn't matter, that we know what we're going to get from them and be able to perform at a high level. I think that the group is super excited to have Greg back. We think that we're going to be able to continue to develop. It'll be exciting leading into 2026. We have a lot of cool tournaments that we're going to be able to play in. Obviously, to take part in Copa America will be pretty special.
It's going to be sick.
Test ourselves against some of the good opponents, South American opponents. And I think it will be a good change-up, not to have to go through qualifying, that we're going to be able to use these games to try different things rather than same point. 11 the whole World Cup qualifying. Because during World Cup qualifying, like, how can you really develop players? It's like, here's your 11, you got to go. You got to qualify for a World Cup. Can't really take chances. Whereas now, you know, in Copa America, if we want to try something new, we can try something new. Obviously, we want to win, but we can still develop, which is good.
Yeah, I don't think there's been a more exciting time in soccer in America since '94. Honestly, with the build up, like you said, Copa America, you got all the tournaments in the build up to the World Cup, and then hosting it. I mean,
stadiums are going to be sick too.
Wow. I mean, I just can imagine just for you, like, hopefully it's going to be playing MetLife.
Yeah.
Maybe a little final action.
Heck
Let's get that. But
Yeah.
you know, I think that's going to be an incredible experience.
Yes.
And, you know,
Just got to pray you're not in a group with England, and you should be good. Man.
That's what everyone says.
let's go. Come on, let's get that going. I mean, Brad, did you send him a message before that game? Before the
Hell
England
No,
game?
I was,
He didn't reach out to me
saying because he's the ops, he's the enemy.
That's
So
fine.
I want him to do well, and then England to win.
Tell us about that game. Honestly, I want to know. I mean,
No,
you
that
bossed it.
No, that game was sick, man. Honestly, I think it was really exciting for me, especially because I was playing in the Prem now,
Yeah.
and like I had played against a lot of them already. I think had I not been in the Prem, you have a set like nerves that run through you. It's like these are the big boys, man.
Yeah.
Like the guys that do well in the Prem are the guys. Like that's the face of football. Obviously, you have your Messis, your Ronaldos that do well other places, but like. I mean, even when Ronaldo comes back to the Prem, you see how it's even blown up even more than when he's somewhere else. It's just like it's really, really exciting. And then obviously playing against them throughout the season already, going into the World Cup, I was like, bro, I know what I'm about to do. Like I was very confident that I was going to be able to put on a good performance in that game because I had played against them already.
Yeah, you've proved it before in the
Yeah.
season that you belong there.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good feeling. So, yeah, it was just another game where I wanted to go out and prove myself. Like, listen, I feel like just my entire career, I'm never gonna be that guy that's like highlighted before a game or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? So I always just go out there with a chip on my shoulder and want to prove what I'm able to do. And there's no better team to do that than against England, who obviously has so many stars. So
It's because those guys who are highlighted before the game are in your pocket.
now, but before that, people won't say that. So
Nah.
yeah, it's good.
Speaking of England, sorry, Leeds, and the Prem, England, how's it treated you? Leeds, it's an amazing play. I played in Leeds. I played it in that stadium. It's amazing. But how have you enjoyed it?
Sick. So for me, it's consistently probably the best atmosphere in the
Yeah.
Prem, and that's not just saying that because I'm a Leeds player. The fans are unreal. I didn't really know what to expect going into Leeds, but it surpassed all my expectations for sure. You know, we had preseason in Australia, so I got the call. I signed with Leeds, did everything. Next day, I'm on a flight to Australia for preseason. I mean, you get off the plane and you see how many people are in Australia that are supporting Leeds. I mean,
Crazy.
there's a Leeds fan club everywhere in the world, and I didn't realize the reach that the team had and the support that they had. So the fans were special. Playing at Ellen Road is special. You know, it's obviously a shame that we didn't stay up this season because, you know, the fans deserve better for sure. But yeah, we'll get back there.
Yeah, how special was that for you? I mean, also playing with Brendan and playing with Weston. I mean, that had to be pretty cool. Just
guys had
experience it
America
all
on
together.
toast.
I know. It was sick, man. Honestly, like I never. For some reason, when you play with the national team, like you come together and you get so excited because you never get to play with your boys.
Yeah.
And I think that's why that national team in particular plays really well together because we kind of grew up together, similar age, and it's just exciting when we get to play together. And then when we all came together at Leeds, obviously Brendan signed, and then I texted Brendan, I'm like, I'm coming. Then Weston texted me, he's like, I'm coming. And it kind of just turned into this thing. Like when we played together on the field, there's just so much chemistry, so much ease to the way that we played. Like we just felt comfortable with each other, and people didn't understand like until we all played there. They were like, wow, Americans can kind of play. And I'm like, I don't know why you guys think like we're trash. You know what I'm saying? But when we played together, we played well. Obviously, I got injured, and I wasn't able to continue on for the last 10 games of the season. But they kind of did their thing, and they're developing well. So it was fun to play with them. Obviously, Weston was on loan, so who knows where he goes. We got relegated. You know, I don't know what Brendan's doing. But yeah, if we all stick around, obviously it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Tyler, why is that? You talk about like going to another part of the world and people look down on being an American football player.
Because they hate us.
No, I like this conversation. I like this conversation because since I've been here, I feel that even when players leave America to go to play in England or Europe anywhere, I feel like a nervousness, the pressure that they go and do well.
It's
They like
it's
that playing.
coaching. I mean,
Everything,
it's all of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a stigma in football, right? It's like you guys are good at every other sport, but not soccer yet. And it's just like, well, we are good. It's just that are best athletes in the world, that are the best athletes in the world, decide to play other sports. Yeah. One, because they get paid. I mean, who's to sit here and argue with a kid that's 6'8" that can dunk the ball, not to go play basketball and try to make $40 million a year rather than sign an MLS and make $100,000 a year? I mean, it's just a fact. So I think if you took, I mean, this is a debate for another time, but there's so many good athletes that obviously don't play soccer right now. But that being said, the development and structure of everything is only getting better now in America, and you're seeing a lot of young talent come through and get an opportunity. The level and the standard of MLS is only improving year by year, and that just goes to show with the players that they're attracting. So, yeah, I mean, it's a thing that is going to be carried around, I think, more often than not for a long time. But I think we're starting to break that mold. I think things like the World Cup, when you go and do well and people can realize at the world stage that you can play, those are the opportunities to really showcase. Because, you know, if I go and do well at Leeds, people are not going to realize that or say that it's because he's American that he's good. You know what I'm saying? They're just going to say he's in a good situation. It's the club. It's the coach. It's everything that makes him play well. Whereas when the national team does well, people realize, like, those are only Americans in that room. Like, that's the reason they're doing well. Yeah. So it must be something.
Did it help you going to Germany first and then England?
To do what?
To play.
To help my game?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. I mean, just in general, Germans, tactically and how they kind of understand the game, I think is at a very high level. You see a lot of coaches that come from Germany to then go abroad to England because they understand the game at a really good level. I think technically I improved a lot playing in Germany as well. And I don't know if honestly I would have been ready for the speed of play of the Premier League coming from straight from MLS. Maybe, who knows, if I'm in a good situation. But going to Germany first, playing Champions League, having those experiences for me definitely opened my eyes to a lot of things in the ways that I needed to develop. And then I think, you know, now going to the Prem, I'm more of just a seasoned professional than I was when I went to Germany. When I went to Germany, I was 19, played 100 games in MLS, which was great. But have you test yourself against the best in the world yet? No. And then going to Germany and being able to play 100 more games, but play Champions League, play semifinals of Champions League, things like that are experiences I didn't have. So
scoring goals in big Champions League games as well.
Deflections.
Goal's a goal.
It's a goal, man.
Is it going to say deflected goal in the history book?
Look it up on YouTube.
Here, I got one for you and for Brad.
Uh-oh.
He just said he's a seasoned veteran.
Nah.
Did you guys know that when he was in the locker room?
Like veteran, but you know what I mean.
He's on his way. Like everybody knew that in here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Tyler's one of those players that he came up with the first team and it was clear. You know that he's going to be playing in the team within a couple of weeks. He was just ahead of his years in his like matureness. He was so mature, could play the game, could outwork most of our team. It was clear to see.
Yeah, no, I think for me, I mean, Jesse's favorite story in the world was always, you know, you coming over, him telling the team what to do. You coming over saying like, no, we got to do this and that. I think he's told that story 1,000 times. But I think it's every day in training that the things that people don't see, what makes Tyler special, and that's, you know, stepping on the field, being 14, 15, 16 years old, and demanding more out of the guys around you. And I think that's a lot of that, honestly, just seeing the game right now. I think there's a little bit of that slipping away sometimes, and guys are a little bit more internal and not focusing on how they can help the people around them.
Exactly.
And it's a little bit more selfish, the game now, and I don't think there's enough Tyler Adams out there and, you know, guys with your type of attributes that can, one, dominate a game, you know, and selfishly be, you know, dominant within your role, but also affect the people around you, make sure that you're holding them to a higher standard.
Yeah, bro, I was talking to Dan about it today.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I was just, you know, picking his brain about how he feels like here and whatnot. And he was like, yeah, you know, they're challenging me to do, you know, more with the ball. They're challenging me to, you know, make the right passes, do all these things. And I said, bro, like that's great. Like you need to know you need to be honest with yourself. And I think a lot of players aren't honest with themselves, like what they need to improve in. Like you tell me to go outside and receive the ball 10 times with a man on my back and try and turn, I won't succeed. You know what I'm saying? But I know what I'm good at. Like getting the ball in front of a player and beating them, I'll probably do that because I'm quicker than you. So it's like playing to your strengths. And I said to Dan, I'm like, bro, continue to like be the best defensively that you can be, because obviously that's a strength of your game, and be honest with yourself in the ways that you need to improve. But like anybody telling you need to go out and score 5 goals a season, that's wrong. Right. Like do what you're good at, like really good. Yeah. Dude,
score 6. You got to score 6.
You know what I'm saying? But like do what you're really good at, like really good, and prove the thing that you're bad at and get to the best of like reach your potential at that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people like they want to be the flashy player. They want to do this. Like the flashy players are the flashy players for a reason, bro. They're good at things that not everyone is good at. Like that's a special talent, and that's like a small percentage of players in the world. Whereas like if you're really good defensively, like be the best defensively that you can be then, and you'll have a role
In a team.
in some way in some team. Like some coach will see you and be like, I need that player for his quality. Like they'll realize like it's just a matter of time to realize like I'm not going to Man City tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not my game. That's not how I play. So like I'm honest with myself. I know that. But like who knows? Maybe I mean I'm not gonna say teams right now, but
We almost had a scoop.
You know what I'm
we
saying?
almost had a
you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I think you're
no,
right.
I don't want to start any rumors. You know what I'm saying?
I think you're a little wrong in it because I think you're a player. Every team needs a Tyler.
Yeah, but that's also to my point. What I'm trying to say, like every player will need a Dan. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? If
Every
he sticks
team.
to what he's
good at.
Yeah. But like, don't try and change your game to something that you're not.
Yeah, you know
like
what
I'm not
I'm
gonna. I mean, we did make you into a pressing machine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Not
saying?
machine.
You know what I'm saying?
I would
But
do
like,
it a little bit.
But like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you to defend and track back. Like your job is to run in behind and score goals.
Yeah.
Like why would I try to change
nah,
your game?
play to your strength. I hear
Like
that.
you need to understand the game and like what you need to improve. But like. I'm not going to sit here and try and tell people, like, you need to completely change your game. Like, I'll do the dirty work for you. I'll give the guys the ball that in the position that they want and that they're good at. I'm not going to try and start dribbling people.
Yeah, you need
know?
that self-awareness in your
Yeah,
role and how you're going to
100%.
affect the team. Yeah, no, that's so important. And I think that's, Ty might be a little future in coaching.
No,
No?
I can say this on record. I will never coach. I have no. I
said the same
it's
thing.
Too, it becomes too emotional for me, and I just can't.
You're going to
I
get
said
angry
the
and want to
same
go out in
thing,
the field. He's gonna go out in the field and start
He's
two-footing
calm on the
people.
field. He's
No,
calm,
because
bro.
today was a calm day.
No.
Honestly, it
He's
is
calm.
It is
I was saying in his
shocking.
ear, what the hell is this kid doing? Bro, I'm like, come on.
I know. As a player, I was
kidding
very
me, bro?
moany, like shouting all the time. But it's
Me and
different.
Ty are watching
Moaning
training,
all
and
the
this guy
time.
wants to get out there. I mean, you.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's got to
Bro,
be
it's gonna-
tough right now. You haven't played in a
Yeah,
minute,
for real.
rehabbing.
For
So
real.
what's
It is what it is. You just
mean-
gotta learn how to deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's just like I'm gonna be injured more times in my career, I'm
Yeah.
sure, and it's just like bump in the road. You know, I'm happy that. I mean, there's no good time to be injured. You know what I'm saying? But I'm happy that I get to enjoy a break, that I'm able to walk around. Like there's worst case scenarios. You know, I could be in a boot, I could be on crutches. It's like just gotta be patient. I'm not a patient person. But
And you got a great, obviously the first part of the season. I mean, incredible
yeah. No, I just
work.
gotta-
To
just wanna
show
make sure
everybody,
that's
I can play at this level. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. it was good.
Take us through a little bit, kind of the first game in the Prem, and like,
Mhm.
what was it like, kind of settling in there?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, obviously Jesse was the
I was
coach.
gonna,
Yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah. So it's obviously a lot easier to settle in. Then again, I've played for a lot of coaches now, and you kind of learn that it's just part of it all. Like no matter what coach you have, you still have to be able to do what you're able to do, or else you're not going to play. But having Jesse there and having some Americans there as well, also being able to speak English and just be able to get on with like all my teammates, like. The guys in the UK, obviously, they have a banter, except Brad. Like that is just like that. You're able to get along with everyone. So it was really easy to settle in. And then the first game, the fan, I feel like when I first signed with Leeds, probably people didn't really know who I was or anything like that. So for me, it was just also kind of like a proving thing for me that I want to be able to go out and show like the club and the people that invested in me and the fans that they didn't waste money on me.
Yeah.
So that was obviously on my shoulders as well. So I just wanted to start off well, and I kind of just ran around like crazy in that game. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't really think, bro. I was just running everywhere.
Who was that against?
Wolves.
Yeah, that was your
And
heat
that-
map was crazy,
Bro, and they are sick, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
they
they
play
ping
well.
the ball
Yeah,
side
yeah.
to side, and I
Good
was like,
passing team.
oh wow, this is what all season's gonna be like, bro. It's gonna be a tough.
You're like, we
one.
haven't even played Man City or
Yeah,
Arsenal.
bro. Oh my god. But no, it was fairly easy to settle in because of the people around me. I have to say, the club made it easy on me. My family being there for the first game and everything as well was nice. So,
You have a favorite place that you played this season?
for me,
Emirates, right? Gotta be.
I didn't play at Emirates. That was one of the last games of the season. I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
play
you
there.
didn't. You didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was happy about that actually.
Yeah.
Not that you were injured, but I was.
Bro, I wanted to play that game so bad.
Well,
Some
you
good
grew up an
ones,
Arsenal guy, right?
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
The
Arsenal
boys
is-
got sense, man.
Yeah, I was a huge Thierry fan, man. And then obviously when he came to New York. But favorite place, bro, Newcastle was bumping this
Yeah.
year.
Amazing. Man.
Bro, they are like they're doing things the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that people had the recognition now that like, geez, our team is good and like Champions League is kind of in the sights. Bro, they came out full display. The fans were crazy. That was probably the loudest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
give
when
it,
you go to St. James Park, you look up at that.
Bro,
it don't
It's
end.
never ending, bro.
Yeah.
It's black.
Yeah.
Like the fans keep going, but it's just pitch black.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
And you're like, what? You're just staring into an abyss. Like,
just give Almiron a little shove
I'm
before
wrong.
the game.
Yeah, for good old times, man.
Yeah.
This guy's still rapid.
Oh, yeah. No,
He's
that's-
another
so
one though.
fast.
You look at it come from the MLS.
Yep.
You want him to
Yep.
do well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they don't disrespect the league.
I know, 100%.
So you're rehabbing now. Obviously, a tough injury.
Yep.
No injury's easy, but what's getting you through kind of the rehab process? You got any things you're picking up, while you were living abroad, new
Yeah.
hobbies? What's
I
going
mean, I
on?
golf a ton now.
This is what I'm hearing. This
My
is,
guy,
this is crazy
I-
to me.
Nonstop.
You got to
I
be
know.
terrible now.
I'm actually good.
You're not
No, I'm
good.
not actually good, but I'm getting better, which is a good feeling. You know how it is in golf.
Yeah.
Why
But I
is he
mean,
not
there was,
asking me? Why
there
does
was
he-
one day.
You don't know
I
how
play
it is.
golf as well, man.
Okay. That's
doesn't
just
believe
not
it.
true.
Plays. It doesn't play well.
He probably comes down the full Under Armour, like, oh, too much sun out here for me.
This
I
guy's
play.
got the
No
Mike Grella
chance.
cap on. He's
No
got his
chance,
little-
man. You
little
play?
pants.
Sometimes.
Really? You're terrible.
I'm better than you.
We're gonna have to get out there.
I'd actually kill you.
You would
I'm,
not.
I'm actually so confident I'd give you
I
a
wouldn't
lot of
let you beat
strokes.
me.
Yo, you didn't see this guy, PGA Tour?
You know what I'm
this
saying?
guy, I mean,
on
walking
video.
with Scotty
Look
Look
at
at my boy
Scheffler
Scheffler
around the course.
Right.
Scotty Chef, man, what a
Yeah, but
guy.
he-
Now we can get into it because that's what I want to hear
That's
about.
my guy
That's what
right
I want to
there.
hear about. Behind
That's
the ropes.
sick.
Give
That's
me the deets.
Oh, that was sick. I texted one of my Nike reps because she worked for Tiger and she was mostly PGA. And now she works for Global. And I was like, any chance you can get me into Travelers,
Yeah.
whatever? She's like, yeah, no problem. And she got me tickets. And then she texted me. She was like, oh, like a bunch of our Nike guys are there. Like, is there anyone that you want to walk with? And I said, what do you mean walk with? Like when you get like really into something and then you meet the person that like you watch videos on,
Yeah.
like that was like Michael Jordan to me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. So she gave me the list. She was like Rory, Scotty, Tony Finau, like the Jason Day, any of the guys you want to walk with. I was like,
Yes,
Scotty.
yes, yeah.
Like I really want to watch Scotty right now because he heats up. He's shooting. He's gonna shoot so low. I think he shot par that day, so
Yeah.
it wasn't his. I mean, he doesn't care. He's because he finishes fifth somehow.
I mean, this
anyways,
guy's
like,
averaging $1 million every tournament he's in.
insane.
So it's
Insane. Yeah, he has
Tyler
no
money.
He has no problem right now.
big bags, big bags.
I wish. So yeah, I walked in the ropes with him, bro. And it's
Yeah.
just so sick. Like being like behind them so you can see the flight of the ball.
Yeah. Just a
was
different
just
sound when it comes off
crazy,
their
man.
club. It's so
Like,
sick watching
It's
this.
so good the way they shape the ball and everything. So yeah, golf is my thing right now, man.
You better not watch his swing. That hammy wouldn't be able to handle the way
Bro,
he hits the ball and the way
I'll
the way his
practice
legs
it.
move.
If I pull a hammy, I pull a hammy, bro. If my golf swing gets better, I'll do anything for that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
No social media?
For me, nah.
I learned that before we
Yeah.
recorded. No
Yeah.
social media.
Nah, nothing.
Because
Because he's
I
a
mean, it's just-
robot.
It's just
He is a-
toxic, man. Like once you get to a certain point, it's just like when I played for New York, there's nothing happening. Like you're not getting abused on social media.
Yeah.
Now, whether you play well or bad, it's just
Like
like
someone's coming for you.
yeah, it's too much. So I think when I was in Leipzig, I haven't had it for a couple of years now. So yeah, I mean, I obviously have people like I'm active on it, like people run it for me and whatnot. But yeah, I have something I want to post. I'll send it to them, caption this, post. But me, you just don't want to read into it. It could be about anything. It doesn't even have to do with me.
Yeah.
But it's just like it's a
So negative.
never-ending, man. Like, I could scroll on my phone forever. So
Yeah.
I've just found that I use my phone a lot less now. Obviously, try to be as present as possible. You know, with everything. I think that's really hard to do. But yeah, no
Can
can
social
you
media.
give a
He's growing
review of Brad on Apple TV?
Ooh.
I haven't watched one yet, but I heard it's not great.
That's the review right there. I haven't watched
Global,
it.
bro. You gotta watch it, man.
Captain America needs
Yeah,
to
thank
watch
you.
some Brad,
That's
please.
crazy. The Captain
Alright?
America can't even watch.
Hey.
Oh, I'm trying to support MLS, bro. I support MLS, man. I'm trying to come back.
Oh, for another breaking story.
Eventually.
I know that was actually going to be one of
One
my
day.
questions. I mean, one day are we ever going to see Tyler Adams in a Rebel
Oh.
jersey?
It has to one day.
I mean, like, I don't know how it works when I come back. Like, isn't there an allocation order now?
Yeah, but you can come and get free Wawa lemonades.
Hey, but you're getting old now,
iced
though. Come back for
teas. Come
And
on.
good
You're getting
water.
old now. bro.
Who's old, man?
And the good water.
Andy's
Who's old? This is fire.
he's a big Wawa guy. He told us before the show, big Wawa.
Don't
guy.
say that. It's not in New York. It's a Jersey thing, and I don't support New Jersey.
Yes, you do.
I'm a New York guy. Everyone always comes up to me. They're like, so how are you going back to New Jersey? I'm like, back to Jersey? No.
Yeah, don't
Jersey,
you
man. That's
Jersey.
the home of the greats.
I'm a New York boy.
You gotta
Not
get
a city
out,
boy,
You still
though.
got to get out of Jersey, man. You better watch out.
It's been a minute. Me and my girlfriend lives here, so.
NJIT makes your goals a reality. Join our innovative community and learn more at njit.edu.
You got a
All right.
question?
I have a question for you. Actually, it's more of a debate.
Oh, I love debates. Let's get
So
into it.
we had Greladino on the show last year,
Yeah.
and he told us a
I
little.
like this.
He told us a little tale.
Mm-hmm.
It was about a locker room scuffle,
Mm-hmm.
and the fans were debating. It was about Felipe and a player who had a little scuffle in the locker room one day after training, and they've been trying to pry it out of us. Who's the player? Who was the player? Who's the player?
That was Grella, no?
Do you know who the player was?
That was Grella, no? That was Grella. Him and Grella are boys. No?
No,
Who did Felly scuffle with one day after training in the
After a
locker room?
Your boy.
He's trying to
Breaking
Your boy.
news.
Your boy.
Tyler was that guy. Hey, you remember?
That was the guy.
You remember what happened?
I do remember.
Tell it.
Clear-
Tell it your tale.
Clearly what happened. This guy's trying to throw me shade right now.
No shade.
Acting like I didn't pin boys down.
No, there's no shade. The shade should be going the other way. Yeah.
Let's go with that Brad, bro. I'm about to beat Brad.
Yeah, Felly stepped to you after training.
Nah.
He was messing with you a little bit.
Yeah.
Tyler was a young boy in the locker room.
He messed with me all the time when I was obviously coming up. It was like it was a good hazing, you know, to
Yeah.
a certain extent.
Yeah.
But one day I just wasn't having it. We were leaving video. I don't know what he did to me.
I
Man.
feel like he was like
He was
clipping you around the
chirping.
head or something.
He was
I think
chirping.
I think he hit me on the head, and I said something back, and he was like, "Oh, really?" I was like, "Really?" So we just got into it a little bit. I mean,
He was kind of getting a better.
you know what the funniest part is Jesse was it Jesse or Chris that was coach?
Jesse.
Jesse, I think so.
Jesse just walked by like it was like normal.
Yeah, Jesse would
that
love
two
that.
players were just scrapping in the middle of the hallway, like
You think Jesse would have
Jesse
it
would love
any
that.
other way?
Nah.
Like he's right on, guys. Right on.
I know.
Don't mess with Tyler, man.
That's it.
Honestly.
He wanted you to show.
Yeah.
Do you know Jesse used to phone me about you? Do you remember when Ray was being born? This guy Jesse was like harassing me.
About
Tyler would have played a game and he's like, "Bro," he'll ring me and I'm just like, "Yeah, Jesse, what's up?" And he's like, "You should have seen Tyler, man."
bro, you know what that
Should've
is?
seen
You know what that is
Tyler.
right there?
Right.
Leadership council, right?
Yeah.
Leadership council.
It wasn't even. Man.
That's
He
crazy.
just used to love you so.
Were you
much.
ever captain?
No, I'm not captain material.
No, you were
Too
sometimes. I
moany to
think.
be captain.
Brad's
Your
yeah,
team,
if somebody was injured.
bro, your team talks were terrible.
Never, bro. I didn't talk.
No,
we
you
didn't. I
can't.
was unbeaten.
Nah, your team talks were
I was
terrible.
unbeaten. You've lost as a captain, right? So don't talk to me.
Did you captain at a World Cup? I mean,
I can't.
I
I
wish
can't
you-
beat
I
you
mean,
in
bro,
arguments.
why?
just-
I can't beat
Just
you in
drop the
arguments.
mic. Just
Why you
push
say
it
I
down.
that,
can't
bro?
beat you in arguments anymore.
Why you say that, man?
Yeah, but still, though, you've lost.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
I take it on the chin. I get better from it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'll talk to you about it after. I can help you out. Give you some advice.
You better watch out, man. You're gonna get in a headlock and not be able to get out of there.
Bro, I'm not
I've
Felly,
seen
bro.
Ty
Teach
put
me how to
guys in
score,
headlocks.
man.
I'm
Teach
not
me how to
fair.
score.
You don't need goals, bro. You
I
just
need to
said
score
it's
some
not your
goals.
game.
Nah, but I need one, bro. Like each place I go, my goal is to have one.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta get.
Then I done it.
involved.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why you got to stay at one place and just,
Bro, in
do
Leipzig, I
like
scored
I-
one.
I
No,
mean,
two.
that's
Two.
Yeah, I feel like you got more than
big
one.
goals.
Two.
Big goals, though.
Champions League counts for like 10.
I don't attack, man. I just chill.
Yeah, you just destroy.
Just chill.
Do you have? Actually, I'm going to save that for right now because we're going to get into our Rankum presented by NJIT. All right, Ty. For today's Rankum, you're going to have the top 3 answers. Okay. So this, I want to hear from you. Your top 3 assignments that you've had in the Prem. Let's say, that could be, whether that's a game, favorite game you played in, or guys that you've matched up against. Who's a favorite that you've gone against?
Oh, favorite that I've gone against?
Yeah, top 3.
That I've gone against.
And put in your pocket because they're still in there too, I'm sure.
That's hard, man. Honestly, number 1 is probably. Are we starting with 3 or 1?
You're the captain, man.
Number 1 is Odegaard.
Okay. Yeah.
Like watching him, I knew he was always sick, man.
Yeah.
But playing against the guy, he's sick. Like he's actually, bro. He's just so. I think he's still probably underrated to what he offers. Like I think people want him to be De Bruyne so bad, but like he's not De Bruyne. Like he does his own thing, and he's just so clever. Like he's bro, I'd be like looking at the ball, and like next minute he's like over here, and then he's over there. I'm like, bro, can you just chill for one second? Like
Stay where I can tackle
I
you.
run a lot, but bro, it's not even that he runs so much. It's just his movements are so
Yeah,
sharp
yeah.
and good. And then when he gets the ball, he megged me so bad when we played them too. So I was like, respect.
Yeah.
Delete any
do
footage you
that.
got. No, keep
No,
it
playing
off.
Arsenal was sick because
Yeah.
I grew up an Arsenal fan. So it was cool to play against them, and it was kind of that moment again, one of those moments where it's just like you have to realize for a second, like you're playing against a team that you grew up supporting.
That's so sick.
Yeah, which was cool. Oh man,
Brad was happy with that answer.
who else?
Great answer.
No,
Yeah.
he's
Can
good,
just end
man.
it.
He's buzzing.
He's good, man. I mean, he supported Arsenal through the tough times, man.
I'm
So
not
did
that
I.
old. I'm not that old, is I?
Yeah.
In the
Hey,
60s.
but I'm gonna do a little callback before when he was talking about
Back
sharing the
in the
locker room. People
40s.
twice his age. He was talking about you.
Yeah, he's talking about me.
How old are you now?
Don't worry, bro.
You gotta be
Mind your
40,
business.
right?
Don't disrespect. I'm not Ibra, bro.
How old are you? 38.
Yeah.
Damn, you should still be playing.
No way. Bro. Run them channels. It's
Who else?
Number
Who else?
two.
Who else? Who did we play against? Liverpool at Anfield. That win was
crazy.
was sick.
Yeah, that was a
Are we
great
talking
win.
players or teams? or what?
Anything. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be a game. Could be-
Playing at Anfield was definitely up there. I mean, winning was obviously a bonus. But yeah, it's just another one of those things. Like Anfield, you hear all the hype about it,
Yeah.
you hear everything, then you're able to walk out. You hear them sing "Never Walk Alone," which
Yeah.
is like you're not even playing for them, and it gives you chills. You're like, damn. Like I see
I'm gonna
why
run
teams.
through a brick wall, yeah.
I see why teams come here and they don't win. You know, it just has that presence to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously we were able to pull out a win, which was
Yeah,
was really
Yeah.
yeah, dude, it was crazy.
incredible.
Crazy. That was like a 90th plus stoppage time winner or whatever.
Changing
So that
room was a movie. I'm
yeah,
sure.
dude, it was crazy. That was sick. And then who else, man? Played against there's too many good players in the league. You can go down the list of
Maybe the toughest you matched up against was it
toughest
Odegaard?
player. Yeah, Odegaard was up there for sure. I'm trying to think.
Hey, this is perfect, Tyler. Though there's no moment too big,
Yeah.
no one too tough
He's
to
like,
play
nobody's tough.
against. He's like, this guy, he was all right.
I don't know, man.
Even if it's not Prem, like you had mentioned that we spoke in Jude Bellingham.
Yeah, he's a sick player, man. He's good. I played against him at Dortmund, obviously,
Yeah.
before I went to the Prem, and you could just tell he was really good. Obviously, in the World Cup, he did his thing as well. I mean, he just moved to Madrid. They
Yeah.
probably signed him for the next 15 years. I mean,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
like,
lock that guy
I don't
down.
even know if he's
He's
like
special.
20 yet, man.
Yeah.
He definitely deserves that move. Good player. But, I mean, there's just the list goes on, man. I mean, playing Champions League, like when I was at Leipzig against Neymar,
Mm-hmm.
guy thinks it's just like,
Pick up.
bro,
It's too easy for him.
it's like he just tries things every time he gets the ball, but it works.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you know? Like, he just understands the game in a different way. He was good for sure too. I don't know. I'll probably think of more.
Yeah.
But there's so many underrated players in the Prem
That would be my
don't play
question.
for big
yeah.
teams.
Yeah.
They don't play for. Well, the thing is, every team in the Prem is kind of big. Like, it has its history and whatnot. But like outside the top, I don't know. Probably there's like 8 now that are ridiculous.
Yeah.
But there's so many players that you play against, and you're just like, why do they not play for Man United?
Yeah.
Why do they not play for Man City? Like,
Yeah.
bro, they are so good. But it's just another thing because it's just like if you're English and playing the Prem and you're doing well, your price tag's automatically 100 million. So it's like teams also can't like afford like those players.
Yeah.
But the list goes on of players that I can name that are underrated. Like take Crystal Palace's whole
Crystal
team,
Palace.
take
Ballers.
Brighton's whole
Yeah, I was
team.
gonna say Brighton.
Brentford
Yeah.
has a bunch of
Just so
ballers.
good.
Dude, it's like it's crazy. You play against someone every week and you're like, why are you playing for this team? Like
Yeah.
you should be playing. I play against some players sometimes and I'm like, why are you not playing for Barcelona? Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it
yeah.
just-
You need to get a
it
new
just-
agent.
Yeah, bro, it's wild. It's honestly crazy. There's so many players in football that are really underrated, and that just also just kind of goes to show that like hype in football is a real thing, man. Hype in football is a real thing. Like if people talk about the right people talk about you, then all of a sudden you're like
Yeah.
you're valued.
You're the next
it's
best
just
thing,
it's just how it is. Yeah, that's football though.
You said a little something for us. Brad just won't stop talking about English cuisine. What are your thoughts?
You love it, bro. He's English now.
Oh,
I mean, you gotta go back.
Hey,
You gotta
Yorkshire
go.
pudding
wrap.
fire though.
Bro, I'm never gonna try one.
Yorkshire pudding what? Wrap.
Nah.
Not
Yeah.
wrap, but just Yorkshire puddings in general.
No, Yorkshire pudding wrap, like the thing where they just like Sunday roast, they put it
Yeah,
all
they
in a
put it
wrap
all
and
in
then they
the-
put gravy on top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing.
Not for
What?
me.
Hey, you gotta go
Try
back.
that.
You gotta go back, so you can't quite batter
Yeah,
it.
but-
But
I'll put this though. Nando's is crazy.
Yeah.
I've been saying.
Oh my
Did
god.
you not used to come with us on away trips?
No, Oh, I was
my
You're
gosh.
too young,
Away
man.
trips.
Yeah, he
He's
wasn't.
probably wrestling with Derek in his room, bro. Probably playing wrestling, bro. We used to
Yo,
go to
bro,
Nando's on the way
a video came. Derek's gonna hate me, bro. A video came up on my Snapchat memories the other day. I walked by Derek's room and I'm like, yo, and then I have a bowl of Cheerios, but I just throw it.
Smash-
On
I remember that. I remember that.
Bro,
man.
You guys were you guys were
Bro,
children, man.
he came at me. He's like, yo, why you so effing childish, bro?
I remember that.
Mad funny, bro. It's hilarious.
Yeah, Nando's is
He
amazing,
hates me,
man.
man. Yeah,
So
Nando's
Nando,
is crazy.
yeah, day off. That's,
But you
that's
even
the move.
consider Nando's like English cuisine?
No, I don't. But it's in England. Just give it to us.
Yeah, fair enough. But America has the best food, bro. It's not even on. It's not
just,
even a
I tell you,
debate.
it's just cheese, bacon, peanut butter.
What?
American food. That's all the food is.
Bro, stop acting like
The burgers,
would your
cheese, peanut butter, bacon. That's it. Every restaurant. Man.
How have you lived here so long and you say that, bro? The restaurants this guy has gone to, bro, are probably better than every
Well,
restaurant
they're
in
not.
England.
They're like English or French or something.
Give me 5 good restaurants off the top of your head.
I can't let the people know my places, bro.
Yeah, he don't have any places.
No, he's.
Yeah, when's the last time he's been back to England, bro? This guy is a New
Yeah, he
Jersey
wants,
resident.
he
now.
wants to stay here
I'm going
so
soon. I'm
bad.
He's like, give
I'm
me a
going next-
passport. Give me a
I'm going
Yeah,
next
passport.
year.
yeah.
I'm going
This
next
guy
year.
was
Where?
buzzing when he got his green
I'm going
card.
to London. Yeah.
Probably for work.
Probably.
No, that's good. Ty, what are your thoughts on flip flops?
On a pod, that should be illegal. Man actually looked like he came. He had a surf trip. He's like, "Oh, let me pull up for the pod in Whippany, New Jersey, real quick."
He came straight from
He
the
always
beach.
comes from the
Crazy.
beach.
Respect. Living a good life. If you wear flip flops,
You
you're
gotta
living
be
a
a
good
Jersey
life.
guy, man.
I'm definitely not.
He can't wear
Sorry
those up
about
where
that.
he's from.
No beach in England.
He'll get frostbite.
No, there's
There's
good
beaches.
beaches in England.
Where?
I got you.
Where?
The coast, Brighton,
Yeah.
Bournemouth,
Yeah.
Southampton.
Are you going?
I mean, it's 5 hours from where I live, so. But I go to the beach. There's a beach by me, actually, Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough?
Yeah, I bring my dog all the time. She loves the beach.
What kind of dog?
Rottweiler,
This guy's gonna settle down.
Where's
soon.
your dog now?
This guy's like an old man.
England.
Oh, yeah?
Who?
You.
Yeah.
He's been an old man.
He's
He's
an old
settled.
man.
been an old
You've
man.
always been
yeah.
the old
Been
soul,
settled,
but
bro.
you're fitting the part.
Like, I
now.
walk my
He's-
dogs at the
I'm
beach.
chilling, bro. I got my dog. Me and my girl are chilling. I
Yeah.
golf.
The missus likes
He
England.
sounds
too.
like he sounds
Loves it.
40. Go
Loves
out and
it.
have some fun. Get in trouble.
This is fun for him. No, stop. This is Captain America. He's trying to set you
Wait,
up.
you know
He's
what-
trying to set you up.
You know what his fun was, bro? He used to tell me stories. He's like, yeah, bro, back in the day when I played for City, I used to get a McDonald's card. I used to go every day after training with
Well,
Sean.
this is academy, bro. This
I'm
is
like,
in the
bro,
academy.
what? When I was in academy, bro, I was after it.
That's why you're the
But
captain
now I'm
of
settled
America.
down, bro.
That's why you're captain of
I'm
America.
chilling, man. McDonald's. Look at this guy.
No, that was-
He's trying to
that
say
was
Says he
he's
easy.
hates
right.
America. You're
He's-
welcome.
He's trying to.
You're welcome, bro.
I'm done with McDonald's.
Come
bro.
on,
That was
man.
in my younger days, man.
Yeah. Now you bring all your kids to McDonald's, bro.
No, they don't eat that. They're athletes. They're athletes, man.
Oh my God, Ty,
Oh, funny.
my man.
Pleasure.
Appreciate you coming on
Appreciate
here.
you, bro.
Appreciate you coming back home, and
sir.
you know.
I got you.
Oh, connection.
Look at that smile.
No, but you know, nothing but the best to you.
My
Nothing
God.
but this upcoming season. We can't
Thank
wait to
you.
see where you're gonna go, what you're gonna do. But
Thanks, bro.
you know, you got all us supporting you the whole way, and this felt like old times being.
I
on.
know.
You
Oh,
can tell
This
us
was
now
nice.
if you want to. You
Can
can
we-
tell us right now
This was nice.
What?
where you're going to be and what's going on. And
On the 3rd of July, I'll be in Leeds if you want to come.
There you go. Don't leave the
we
flip
just
flop.
get invited.
Leave
to
the
do
flip flops
a
at
podcast in
home.
Leeds.
You can come.
When you get there, you will not pick up the phone. This kid,
Who, me?
yeah, it will air the call.
What? For all.
Tyler, I'm in Leeds. Tyler,
Ty, I'm on the beach.
Can you pick me up
Waiting
on
for
the
you. The flip flops are getting sandy.
take me to the beach, bro. Take me to the beach.
Jersey Shore, ain't this clear?
Oh no, but man, appreciate
times.
it again, and
times.
yeah.
Thanks, Ty.
We'll do
sir.
it. Let's do this again next time you're home.
100%.
Everybody, appreciate you guys having some patience, but we came back with a banger. So make sure you guys listen in on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and make sure you check out our YouTube at New York Red Bulls. And you know what? We'll be back soon. So appreciate you. Stay safe. We love you guys. Peace.
See ya.
The Laid Out Podcast is presented by Quartz Engine Oil. Quartz Engine Oil, designed to improve performance and fuel consumption for every car and truck on the road. Quartz, the official engine oil of the New York Red Bulls.